What up, everybody? It is Sanni here. So, it's been a while. I've been waiting for animes to come out to actually talk about. I've been watching like a couple of other animes, but there's like not too many like important ones. It's pretty much like the standard 12 episode ones where it's just a little comedy or romance or whatever like that. But anyway, so the two I'm going to be talking about will be Karakuri Circus and Tate no Yuusha. I've been waiting for the Tate no Yuusha to come out so I can see how it actually was going to be, because when they first released it, episode 1, it was like an hour long episode pretty much. I mean 40 minutes or whatever you want to call it. So I thought they was going to go on that track for that, but they're not. That was just like a promotional episode of episode 0 and episode 1, as they want to call it. So that's the only reason why it was that long. So I was kind of sad when I clicked on the anime and seen that it was only the normal 24 minutes long episode. So anyways, we're gonna get on to that. So how that anime was, I mean, it was pretty decent, I'll have to say. It pretty much well, when it left off where he was in the slave I don't know, the slave whatever that field was, like inside the place where the guy sells the slaves. So he was pretty much showing them around and all of that. And since the guy plays video games, he already knows like the slave master or slave trader was showing him pretty much like all of his stock, and he gonna show like the highest one first, and he know that he can afford the highest one. So then he pretty much asked for the cheapest one, which obviously you would figure out who the cheapest one is, because if you watch the opening of the anime, they show the girl. So pretty much as soon as you seen her, you're like, oh, I already know he's gonna pick her and whatever. So when they went to her, they pretty much said that, oh, she's damaged, she has disease, her previous master used to torture her and all of this, so she pretty much didn't trust nobody or anything. But the main character, he really didn't care. I mean, it was like showing no emotion whatsoever. He picked her up, pretty much like took her to the place to get her, to make her his slave now, through the blood contract and whatnot. And then all this time she was scared and whatnot. So when they went to the blacksmith, pretty much as a blacksmith, supposed to get like the cheapest equipment possible, and he showed like little balls that bite on him to where he can pretty much make a little bit amount of money. And he pretty much told her like stab the ball, and she didn't want to do it. But then apparently when you're a slave, if someone tells you to do it, you pretty much get shocked until you actually do it. So she was getting shocked the whole time, and pretty much she finally did it. And he was like told her that, I'm gonna be the shield and you're gonna be the attacker. Pretty much he's defense and she's attack, because he can't attack because he's nothing but a shield. I mean, he can punch and whatnot, but that's not really gonna help out because he's a shield. So as it progresses on, she's like leveling up, fighting little fuzzy balls and whatnot, and she's seeing that like he's not a bad guy or anything like that. But then she still has her own problems. And they go to the cave and whatnot, where I don't know why I keep saying whatnot. So they go into the cave, and she has like a flashback of when she was with her parents, and the flashback is a three-headed dog that pretty much killed her parents, and the parents pushed her in the ocean so she could survive. And the hero like asks like, why are you like scared and whatnot at this previous time? And she pretty much said that her parents was killed by a three-headed dog. And he was like, well, this is not the three-headed dog, this is a two-headed dog, and I'm gonna have you kill it. And she didn't want to kill it because like she was still traumatized, and pretty much like forced her to get over that so she can kill it. And I have to say, this is actually progressing very well, considering like he doesn't trust anybody whatsoever. But apparently he's gonna trust her, because he wants to survive to make it to the next wave, so he can pretty much prove to everybody that the shield hero is not useless. He's like, he's a natural hero, even though he had these allegations put against him of that he was raping the first girl in episode 0 and episode 1. So we'll see how this plays out. I'm freaking happy that it finally did come out because I was waiting like every day because like I went to the anime chart and it was showing like a certain day that would come out, but then it wouldn't change. So I was like kind of curious as to like why isn't it like the counter going down or anything like that. But now I understand that that episode comes out on Wednesdays, so we'll see how that plans out on next Wednesday. And then I was gonna pretty much like upload a video of that one, but then like I was watching a bunch of other animes and I played Call of Duty and whatnot, and I eventually just got tired and fell asleep. And then when I woke up, Karakuri Circus came out. So then I was like, oh well, I might as well make one video with both of the animes because it's easier that way as opposed to making two videos with one. I mean, pretty much two videos in one day because that'd just be a waste of making a video. So the Karakuri Circus was Narumi. He was pretty much getting. This is what I don't like about it.
So my camera died, so I pretty much had to wait until I had to pretty much recharge it. But I was going on about the Karakuri Circus. So how that was going on for me, it's taking a weird twist considering how I don't know what's going on. So pretty much Narumi's body is like 90% puppet or whatever, wood or whatever, I don't know. And because as he was fighting, he pretty much lost too much blood and he was going through like some purification or crystallization. Whatever happens when you're almost like on the brink of death as a Shirogane, you pretty much turn to, you just get purified or whatnot. So the doctor was pretty much cutting off his limbs because I guess it was pretty much already unsavable, and replaced them with the marionette limbs or puppet limbs or whatever you want to call that. So as it was going through that, I'm like it's kind of weird considering your main arsenal was punching the puppets, and with your punch you could pretty much kill them. So now when he was fighting the last two of the Great Four, he punched them, but he's using like the puppets' hands, so it doesn't like destroy on impact. He pretty much has to actually fight them now, as opposed to just one punch and they're pretty much like done. So I kind of hate how they got rid of that aspect. I mean, there's no way for him to gain his limbs back, even though he's a Shirogane and he can heal, but you can't, I guess, rejuvenate lost limbs, I'm assuming. So he pretty much beat the last two, and then after that he went on to the top, and the top really wasn't her. It was pretty much a fake lady Francine. So he was mad that he did all of that for nothing, and all the Shiroganes died and all of that. So then he went to Japan. This is like towards the end though. So he went to Japan and he's seen Eleanor, aka the first Shinogane that he's seen. And apparently one of the Shinoganes told him that she's the reincarnation, or that's actually her or whatever. So he was ready to kill her, and she was like, kill me because like you're the first person I love and all of this, you're the one that made me smile. And he couldn't get it through his head that that was a different person, because he was already told and believed that and that was her. So I was hoping like Masuru came, but I don't know where he's at right now. He's still on his little adventure by himself, which I think is kind of weird because he's not strong on any type of way whatsoever. I mean, he got willpower, but that's pretty much it. He's a grade school kid, so I mean, what more could he actually do? So as he was ready to kill her, his memories came back, and he was like he just like ran away and left. And I'm like, and she was like, Narumi. I'm like, okay, so what's gonna happen now? He regained some of his memories, and he knows that that's not Francine, that's Eleanor. So who or where is he going to go now? Is he going to find Masaru? Because he didn't have no memories of him. He just had memories of her. So obviously he's not going to remember anything yet unless he has to see him for it to like jog his memory. Which I hope he does see him soon. Like actually see him, as opposed to where he saved them both and he didn't even notice that was them. But it's kind of weird now since he's like pretty much 90% puppet. So I mean, what's left of him is pretty much his torso up to his friggin' head. I mean, and his hair pretty much changed all the way, almost all the way to the grayish silver, whatever that color is. So I'm like, okay, well, this is taking like a weird twist, but I mean, I'm gonna roll with it because I like the studio and all of this, and obviously since I didn't read the manga, I really don't know what's gonna happen next. But we'll see what's gonna happen next on freaking next week, which I freaking hate when you gotta wait week by week. I wish they freaking came out like each day. That would be nice. I mean, that would be hard on the company, and animes will end like. No, I mean they can actually prolong it if they had like a bunch of filters and like that, just so it can keep you like into it. So like say if they had the episode come out on Wednesday and then throughout those other days they're just nothing but filler episodes, which anybody can write. It doesn't even have to follow the story. I mean, it's just a filler episode to get you through the pretty much to keep you like interested in the anime. I mean, that would be nice if some anime company did do that, but we'll see how that ever. I doubt that would ever happen. But so those are the two that I'm pretty much talking about today. Was just the Karakuri Circus and Tate no Yuusha. There are a couple of animes that came out today, but it's none of the ones that I've reviewed, so it's not no point of even like talking about it's just the ones like I just watched to pretty much kill time and whatnot. So that's how that rolls. But that's gonna be all for this video. It's gonna suck that I'm gonna have to edit this in, but yeah, that's all for this, and this is Sanni saying sayonara.